Hey everyone, coming to you from the home office to get you set for the Cowboys against the Lions at 3:25 on Sunday. I got 5 things for you to watch in that game. And the first thing is this: the Cowboys' new look defensive line must take a stand. Credit goes to defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer after just woefully inept performances against the Saints and the Ravens. In those 2 games, they racked up 464 yards rushing against the Cowboys. But listen, they answered pretty well against the Giants. And then in this last game against the Steelers, that average per game went from 232 yards to just 59. And listen, the Giants and Steelers are nowhere near as good as this Lions offensive line will be, but the Cowboys have created some momentum and they have to figure out a way to stand tall. To that end, it brings me to my next thing that you have to watch. Injuries cannot be an excuse for that Cowboys defense. And listen, it is as tough can be. The Cowboys are now without their 4 top edge players: Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Marshawn Nealon, and all the way back to Sam Williams back in training camp. All 4 out with injury. They're going up against this great offensive line, as I mentioned. And also, play action passing is how Jared Goff really gets going. He was 18 for 18 in the Lions' last game. That was when they took on the Seahawks. So he's coming off a great game that was really the foundation was set for that with play action passing. Because they got the run game going, the Cowboys have to try and avoid that. All right, next thing as we switch over to the Cowboys offense, Dak and CD have to cook. On NBC's Sunday Night Football, they tried to make a big deal about that sideline interaction between Dak and CD, where CD simply said, "Jump balls jump balls, and I got you." It was after that first half interception. He was just trying to communicate to his quarterback that in that instance, instead of the back shoulder, which Dak went for, it would have been a better idea to throw the jump ball. And Dak completely agreed. He said it was a bonehead decision in the moment, one of those decisions that he just can't make. And to that end of allowing Dak and CD to cook, another element of that is my 4th thing to watch. And it's the fact that the Cowboys' secondary weapons on offense have to make an impact. And I'm talking about Rico Dowdle and Jalen Tolbert, both coming off career days. Coincidentally enough, they both had 87 yards. Dowdle had 87 yards rushing on 20 carries, and Tolbert had 87 yards receiving on 7 catches. And listen, those aren't mammoth numbers. Those aren't numbers that defensive coordinators are going to have to primarily scheme against, but they offer something for those opposing defensive coordinators to at least think about, so that they're not throwing all kinds of defenders at CeeDee Lamb to try and stop him. So Tolbert and Dowdle, the mission is very simple. Continue to press. Continue to put pressure on opposing defenses so that CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott will have an opportunity to cook. And finally, my 5th thing to watch: meet force with force. Former Cowboy, now Lions head coach Dan Campbell, is going to bring his bunch in here with a ton of intensity. They think they got robbed when they played last at AT&T Stadium back in December. It was a wild and controversial ending when they had penalties, made them try and retry and try again on a 2-point conversion that they eventually didn't get. But they think that they certainly deserve to get, because there's a tackle eligible play that they successfully executed in their mind that was called back because of a procedure penalty with the way that the tackle reported. So listen, this has all the makings of a good one. The Lions are a 3-point favorite, just like the Steelers were a 3-point favorite. The Cowboys have a great opportunity here to really turn this season in the right direction if they can get this victory and beat the Lions when no one expects it, kind of like they beat the Steelers when no one expected it. All right, it's a 3:25 kickoff. Should be a fun game to watch if the Cowboys can hang in there early. Make sure to watch us on Sports Special Sunday night. We will have a full wrap-up for you. Enjoy the game, everyone.